We're now about 11 weeks away from our move-in date. Hi, welcome back, and if you're new here, I'm Nyssa, and today I'm going to be sharing everything about the process so far with our new build home. From just popping into show homes for fun to actually preparing to move in, this video's got the full timeline, honest thoughts, and a few tips for anyone thinking of going through this too. If you're into home content, decorating, or just looking for insight on buying a new build, hit subscribe and follow along because there's loads more to come.
Now, at the time, I was just coming off a year of study and had just started a new job, and with that came a 6-month probationary period. So we knew we'd have to wait at least 3 months for anyone to give me a mortgage. We started out by visiting show homes, which I highly recommend, even if you're not ready to buy. You learn so much about different layouts, design ideas, and what's going to feel like home to you. The other benefit of us viewing show homes was that we could just stop by. We didn't need an appointment and we didn't have to work with an estate agent. Also, with us not being able to put an offer in yet due to my probationary period, it meant we weren't wasting anyone's time viewing pre-existing homes. We also didn't want to end up seeing a home that we fell in love with and then not be able to put in a serious offer. So show homes made the most sense to get inspiration and ideas. We made sure to visit all kinds of sites and builders, ones that we were well within our budget and ones that were definitely well outside of it. It helped us get a more realistic view of what we could afford, but also helped to give us a better idea of exactly where we wanted to live. After speaking to a few of the sales executives, we received an offer on one particular house. Now, we were still a couple of months away from realistically being able to buy, but we went to go view it anyway. We spent a decent amount of time in the show home to really feel it out. I even took my parents along with us to get a second opinion. We checked out the show home on offer and then went to another development site to see more of their different styles. Eventually, we decided that model didn't feel right for us, and as a result, it really helped us figure out what would feel right.
So after a lot of discussion, pouring through the brochure, viewing the walkthroughs, thinking about location and doing some research into affordability, etc., we finally found the one. It was a model that we loved in a location that suited us, and we decided to put our names down on the wait list in anticipation for a January release date. While we waited, we continued to scroll through Rightmove and Zoopla to see if anything else popped up as a good comparison. And when we looked at pre-existing homes, we had to bear in mind that we would have to lower our budget to allow for renovation costs. And with a lower price bracket, we found that a lot of homes were missing things that we wanted. For example, most homes had open plan living and dining rooms, whereas I really wanted an open plan kitchen diner. We also wanted a utility room for the laundry, and most of all, we wanted a good location that made our commute easy and to be fairly close to our families. So after all of our searching, we kept coming back to the new build plot and we decided to put our names down for the waitlist. December rolled in and we thought we'd get some time to relax and just enjoy the holiday season. But no, we got a call from the property developer saying that they had released the plot we wanted a month early. And did we want to go down and discuss it? Following a cup of tea, plenty of biscuits, and a lot of discussion about the price and also the offer, we nipped outside the office, had a quick sort of, are we ready moment? And then we decided to reserve. You usually have to put some money down in order to reserve this, but this cost can vary from builder to builder, but it is usually less than about £2,000. I think we put down £1,000 to reserve it. Then comes the absolute mountain of paperwork. We got a mortgage advisor and a solicitor that both specialised in new builds and spent the next week gathering our documents and reading through probably about 100 pages of documents. So talk about stress before Christmas. However, we did get it all approved before the offices closed for the holidays, so that was a huge relief and meant we could actually just enjoy Christmas without the suspense. Once all the paperwork was ready and the checks were done, we paid our deposit, which definitely made it feel official. Finally, January was here and we got to do our very first site visit. It was so exciting to put on the high-vis jacket and the safety boots and plod along down to the site and stand on the foundations of our future home. It was so surreal. The site manager went through all the site plans with us, everything from drainage to bat boxes and lampposts. Then we sat down with the sales executive and picked all our options: flooring, tiles, cabinet finishes, and that kind of thing. Next up was the optional extras like wine fridge, upgraded shower heads, extra sockets, and so forth. Once that list had been signed off, we paid 50% of those costs and watched more money disappear out of our accounts. Now for one of the most important furniture decisions, sofas. I cannot tell you how many sofas we went and sat on in however many different stores. Let's just say I definitely got to practice my squats with all the sofas that we tried. The biggest challenge we had is that the model of home we chose didn't have a show home in any location, so we were going purely off measurements and a similar looking living room in one of the other show homes. We took forever deciding which sofa and fabric, and then just as we thought we had settled on a choice, we got worried that it wouldn't even fit as it was a pretty sizable sofa. I'm not kidding, we started shopping for a sofa in February but didn't make our actual decision until April. We went to almost every store we could think of, from Sheffield to York to Leeds, until we found the right one. Now, I do need to make a special mention here for the company that we bought it from, and this is not sponsored or an ad of any kind. They just gave us really amazing service. Ward Brothers in Doncaster, they have been around for decades, and they also use their own delivery and installation team. We explained to them that we were buying a new build and we didn't know if it was going to go in, and therefore we're having a hard time deciding. Alicia, one of the sales team, let us know that sometimes they can work with show homes and actually take a floor model to see if it fits. We had no idea any sofa company would offer to do that. We just didn't think it was a thing. So we gave her the number of a site location that had a show home with the same entranceway into the living room as ours. Now, understandably, the developer didn't want them taking furniture in just in case they damaged anything, but they did let them take a cardboard cutout. Now, understandably, the developer didn't want them taking furniture in just in case anything got damaged, but they did let them take in a cardboard template made to the sofa's measurements to see if they could get that in. We were honestly blown away by this service, and obviously we had to pay for it, but it was only £59. And that price to guarantee that they can get it into the house and we wouldn't have to return the sofas after ordering was so worth it. Some stores said that we could just send the sofas back if they didn't fit. And then some stores were saying that they had to charge us a cancellation fee and a delivery fee still if the sofas didn't fit. So in comparison, we thought this was excellent, and it completely sold us on buying from them. So within about a week, they had arranged everything with show home, and they had taken the cardboard template, tried to get it into the show home, and it was a success. So they gave us a call, we put down I think it was a 20% or 30% deposit, and put the order in. So honestly, that was great. The only annoying thing is that I got zero footage of what fabric and what sofa we've actually picked. So unfortunately, you're just gonna have to wait till July to see it. So what else? We've now had our pre-plaster visit to the plot, and it was so exciting to see the house with walls, windows, and a roof. This was the first time we'd also seen the living room layout, and I absolutely love that we have a bay window on the side, and I would say that that's the benefit of getting a corner plot for you. Also, when I stood in the corner of the garden where the future fence will meet the back and side, yeah, it's a pretty sizable garden, and I didn't think it was going to be that big. So now I'm kind of excited to see what we can do with that space. So where are we now? We should be having our pre-paint visit towards the end of April. Now this one, they may be able to get us in and they may not, so it'll just kind of depend on sort of timelines, and also even if we do get invited, we also don't want to hold up the progress of the house if it just means skipping that, and then it just means that the next time we see our house, it will be upon completion and it'll be finished, and it'll be really exciting to go see. So we've been given an estimated completion date of around the second week of July. So May and June is basically going to be packing things up and waiting around and seeing what other furniture and bits and bobs that we can buy prior to move-in date. So that's where we're up to right now. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, but we're finally nearly there. Here are some things that I've learned so far. The process isn't fast, and from release to completion for us, it'll be about 7 to 8 months. The optional extras add up quickly, so either be prepared to overpay or know that you'll have to cut back. Third one is you will second guess your choices so much, so my best advice is to just trust your gut on what you're making a decision on. Now, if you're on a similar journey or just love house content, make sure to subscribe because I'll be sharing more about why we chose a new build versus a pre-existing home, what optional extras we chose, and different finishes that we picked, and the ones that we didn't. There's also going to be plenty more purchases. Goodbye, bank account. There's going to be plenty more purchases in order for us to furnish and decorate our home over the next few months. So I'll definitely be sharing as much of that as I can. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed watching and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll see you soon.